Good afternoon. This is Rodney, your host for today's featured video. And today we're going to do one on graded proof Franklins that we have in stock right now. They're all graded anywhere from proof 66 all the way up to proof 69. And so that is nice. Most of them are graded by NGC except for one. And we did that in the last video where we compared the same grade for the same year and mint mark. And so you can compare and contrast between grading companies. So we also incorporated those two Franklin halves that were in the last video into this video because they are proof Franklin halves. So we just want to thank you for tuning in. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and recommend us. It means a lot. Most people don't give thumbs up. They just move on to the next video. But it really does help us out if you give us a thumbs up. So I do appreciate that. So what we're going to go through is we're going to go through these Franklin halves proofs here. Most of them, like I said, by NGC. And let you see what we have here. People are asking us about some proof Franklin, so I thought I'd do a video on it. So here we go. The first one is a 1953. This was in our last video. I did a close-up on this video as well, and this is a 1953. As mentioned in the previous video, on proofs, they don't show you full bell line designation on the label because it's understood to have full bell line designation. So it doesn't mean it doesn't have it because you don't see FBL in the label. So keep that in mind. It's something I had to learn when I first got into the hobby. But this is 1953, clean fields and cheek, very little tip marks at all. When you start getting into higher grades like this, you start getting like problem-free coins. These are in gent condition once you hit that 65 level. Like I said, it does have the full bell lines. And I can maybe even zoom in on it to help you guys out a little bit more. There you go. There goes the full bell lines. And this is our 1953 proof 66. The other one is by ICG, also proof 66, and this is a 1953. These first two coins is what we had in the last video to compare and contrast between the two different grading companies. We got comments that our viewers like that, so they can understand the difference between the different coin grading companies. And so this first part is like a rehash of the previous video. The next one is a 1956 Type 1. This is a proof 68. And like I said, full bell lines, very beautiful coins. Folks, when you get to these higher grades, what's separating the coin from the next grade? It could be just a minor tick or two between them. And this is Type 2. This is also 1956 Type 2. The first one we looked at was Type 1, but this one got a star designation, which is really, when NGC puts that on the label, it's got great eye appeal. And it stands out from your typical other proof 68. So that's what the star designation is. And I think one of the things that helped get that star designation, great eye appeal, because this one actually has a cameo effect on the front of this coin right here. You can see it has a frosted look to it, as opposed to, let's say, let me see here. Let's say if we go to the Type 1. Give me a second here. There goes the Type 1, and there goes the Type 2. You can see how it's whiter, like creamier looking. That's a frosted. That means it came off the dies a lot earlier in the minting process, and it leaves that type of effect on the coin. Now, case in point, the reason why you don't see cameo listed on the label is because in order to get the cameo effect, or the cameo designation on the coin or on the holder, it has to be on both sides of the coin. It can't just be on the first or the front of the coin. If we flip this coin over, you notice the cameo effect is not there on the reverse. So NGC is not going to give it a cameo designation if it doesn't have the cameo effect or the more of a frosted look on both sides of the coin. It's showing on the front right here, you can see, but it's not on the back. But this is a beautiful, beautiful coin. And you can learn that from Rick Damascus in his book with Franklin and Kennedy halves. He talks about this very issue that I'm talking about, and that's where I learned it from. So, but nevertheless, it's a beautiful coin. And usually coins with star designation and cameo designation generally bring higher money as well in the auction place. So this is type 2. One other thing, on these coins right here, you see the type 1 and the type 2. It might be hard, but you notice the details in the eagle's wing to the right of the Liberty Bell, and how you can see the much detail or in the wings going down on the eagle. Well, if you look at the type 2, the type 2 has it right here. But there's much more detail in the type 2. There you go. See the detail in that eagle's wings and the feathers to the right of the Liberty Bell. Now we'll go back to type 1. And it's nowhere near the detail as the other. And that's one way you can tell between the type 1 and the type 2. So let me try to get this up here. Here goes the type 2. Look at all the detail in the feathers and the wings of the eagle, and then you come over here and it's not as much. But a lot more detail in the wings here. Like I said, this is the type 2. This is the type 1. If you look to the eagle's legs right there to the left of it, you can see there's no more lines. It's like blurred out, it's flat to the left of the eagle's legs. And then if you look over here to the left of the eagle's legs standing, you can see the lines are there. So that's the difference in the type 1 and the type 2 right here. Hopefully you guys are picking this up. It's hard because I'm holding the camera with one hand and trying to move the coins around with the other. Now this is the 57 as we move up. We just left the 56 type 1 and type 2. This is the 57 proof 68. Beautiful coin. Notice how clean the fields are, clean the cheek is fairly clean. When you get this high designation, it's like almost a problem-free coin. And this is the back here. Sorry for the excessive movement with the camera. Not my intentions to give you blurry photos or a lot of movement. Sometimes I can't help it. Now we go to 1958. This is also proof 68. The rest are all graded by NGC, going to 1959. Proof 68. I know sometimes we get coins like this and it looks perfect, but you know there's something that's tells the grader that it didn't reach the proof 69 level. And of course they're using a loop under greater magnification than what I'm using with my camera on my phone, so this is a lot of times why we can't see the flaws like they would see the flaws. And some of these micro scratches you see, it's not on the coin, it's on the coin holder. Next one's a proof 67, one step down. And this is for the 1963. Almost no difference between a 67 and a 68, but when you get like that is probably this little. You can see maybe around a 9 o'clock. There's a nick at 9 o'clock in the fields, and that's probably what kept it back. The other one did not have such a mark. And here goes the back. That's a 63. And our last one's a 63 too, but it got proof 69. This is only proof 69 that we have. Folks, this is a couple ticks away from a perfect proof coin. This is a proof 69. Those lines you see on the 6 and 7 o'clock around that is on the case or the holder of the coin. It's not on the coin. This is about as perfect as you can get a proof coin for these Franklin has, a proof 69. One tick away from proof 70, which is the proof coin, which is what a lot of coin graders' goal is, to get the highest grade possible. So I do want to thank you all for viewing today's video right here. It's been a blessing showing these videos to our viewers. Be sure to comment or give us a thumbs up. I'll do my best to try to get to the comments. You can call Bobby on the availability, the prices, and other proofs you may be interested. She may have them, she may not. She may have wiggle room in some of these prices, she may not. It all depends, you know, what she has invested in. So prices vary from dealer to dealers, and that's the reason why. So any more information, feel free to call Bobby at that number. She's a kind lady, easy to get along with. Sometimes we fall through the cracks, and you know, it's just being human, and we try to do the best we can to get the information out there, get the videos out there. But once again, I want to thank you. May God bless, and have a wonderful day.